Hey guys, this is Anthony Munda helping you ace your fitness, and today we're going to be talking about my experience with binge eating and how I stopped. And before we get to that, I encourage you to follow me on my other forms of social media, so Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. That allows us to be more personal. You can shoot me DMs, ask me questions, get to know me a little better. I'll be sharing a lot of Kyle's progress on Instagram and Twitter. And then same thing on Snapchat, a lot more personal. And I also plan on doing Q&As through that platform in the future. So make sure you follow me on those platforms. And also if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. I have a lot of good content coming up to help you guys out. So I'm super excited about that. And make sure you click the notification icon so that you get notifications when I upload a video. Alright, so binge eating. This is a very relevant topic within the fitness and weight loss community. A lot of people deal with it, to different extents, but it's a very prevalent thing because the media often pushes this like perfect physique, which takes you dieting and taking certain restrictions on your lifestyle, restrictions on your diet, nutrition, so that you kind of feel the need to splurge once in a while, which is a very terrible mindset, but it's very relevant. A lot of people deal with it, and I'd also say that binge eating is the killer of most weight loss journeys because we try to be perfect throughout the whole thing, and we don't recognize that just one mistake isn't going to kill us. So we feel like we made one mistake, we might as well make 10 mistakes. It's kind of that all or nothing mentality like I spoke about before. So binge eating is a huge problem in the fitness and weight loss community, and I dealt with it myself. I do realize, and I am fortunate enough that I had a mild experience with it. So if you're someone who's really struggling with it or has had several bouts with it, for years and years, make sure you seek a medical professional to kind of get it under control. I want you to take advice from me, but if you're really struggling with it and it's a huge problem, make sure you seek out additional help. So my experience with binge eating actually didn't come throughout my weight loss journey. Throughout my weight loss journey, I was I was tunnel vision. It was I'm gonna do this because this is the goal I see for myself. This is the physique I see for myself. So basically I didn't cheat on my whole diet, exercise, anything throughout my whole weight loss journey. Now, when I started getting into, fitness and like bodybuilding and trying to craft my physique, that's when these bad habits started to creep in. So my binge eating story actually happened when I was at my best physique, which I'll show here, which I'm sure you guys have seen before. I've used it multiple times. So I was about 187 pounds there. So during that time period, I was on about 2,100 calories throughout the week, which is terribly low for someone like me with a bigger appetite. Okay, I was going to school, so I was very sedentary throughout the day. The only thing I did other than that was work out. So I wasn't burning a lot of calories, therefore I couldn't eat a lot of calories. So I was on, like I said, about 2,100 calories. So here's how it went down for me, okay? So Monday through Friday, I would be 2,100 calories. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Eat the same thing every day, eat at the same times every day, be in a crappy mood, have low energy. But here's the thing, I woke up, checked my abs, I was feeling good. Like it was all worth it to me. That's how I made it okay in my head. Okay, now Saturday comes, and this was like after a couple weeks of maintaining that 187 pound physique, it wasn't sustainable. So about a couple weeks after maintaining that, Saturdays were my cheat days. Like not a cheat meal, but a cheat day. So I would wake up super early, I'm talking about like 5 o'clock in the morning, just so I could start my cheat day, which I now recognize as a binge. And then I would go to the gym, and then the rest of the day was literally filled with food activities. That sounds terrible, just saying that out loud. But basically, I would go out to eat, I would order food, I would crush the snacks in my house that I obviously didn't allow myself to have. So I would have, I'm very fortunate to be able to buy food and go out to eat and have the luxuries to do those things, which is a good and bad thing. So I would go in my cupboards, I would crush Pop-Tarts, I would crush cupcakes, cookies, all the things that I wasn't allowing myself to have throughout the week, of course, because I never could have had 2,100 calories on those foods. I would go out to eat. It would usually involve like a full pizza, something like that. I'll give you an example of a day of binge. So like I said, I woke up super early, worked out, and then this one day I went to a restaurant with my brothers. It's called BJ's Brew House. Super good. It's still my favorite restaurant, but now I am more sensible with it. So what I did was I got an appetizer of a flatbread pizza, so it's still like the regular size or the size of a regular pizza or whatever. So I would eat that. Then I got a full pizza, ate that. Then I had dessert, which is a pizookie, which is literally the best thing ever. But anyway, it's like 1,200 calories right there. So that would be one meal. And then all throughout the rest of the day, I would have like another pizza. I would snack the whole time. And I remember thinking like, I better get these foods in now, because once Sunday starts, I'm not going to be able to have these foods. So I was eating even when I wasn't hungry. And I wouldn't get to that like blacking out point, which people talk about with binge eating. I was aware of what I was doing, but I just didn't care. I was, number one, it made me feel good, so it gave you like that dopamine high. Number two, I was actually really hungry. I wasn't starving. I was actually really hungry because I was restrictive so much throughout the week. And number three, the way I rationalized it, which is terrible to think about now, like all of this is I was like, you know, I'm eating a bunch of food. Like, is that really that bad? I could be out here doing drugs, you know, drinking the day away. If this is like my worst thing, then, you know what, I'll take it. You know, it's nothing terrible. But it actually is, because I was like super close to making this like a lifestyle for me, where I kept going back to and kept going back to. And this probably went on for 6, 7, 8 weeks like that. So the thing I would do on Sundays then, so I would wake up for my binging on Saturday, probably 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds heavier. So number one, I would start the day off with feeling like crap about myself, super bloated, obviously super fatigued, didn't really even want to like get out of bed because I was so tired. I would undereat throughout that whole day to attempt to make up for what I did yesterday, which is almost impossible when you're eating 6, 7, 8,000 calories. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. So I would do that. I would try to do a workout. It would be a bad workout because I was feeling so sluggish. But here's what I would do. I would go to an open gym, which is like basketball pickup games at my old high school. And I would basically run around for 2 hours. So like in my mind, I felt like I was like working some of it off, which again, that is a vicious cycle. So you see that a lot. You see the people compensating for overeating with under-restricting and overdoing their cardio. That's a terrible cycle to get into. While to some point it may help, I'm not gonna lie, it's a terrible cycle because I had a miserable relationship with food. Like I said, I was in a crappy mood throughout the whole week. And as these weeks went on and on and on, and I was more hungry throughout the week, getting more tired of eating 2,100 calories, I would, they eventually would turn into, okay, I would start Friday night through Saturday. And then it started to be, okay, Friday and Saturday were both cheat days. That's terrible. And then all week I would overcompensate. So actually, you want to talk about a vicious cycle, I would actually get back to that, you know, good physique that I've showed you guys every week by Thursday. I would actually be able to obtain that again by Thursday through excessive amounts of cardio and under eating a little bit throughout the week and just running my butt off on Sundays and super under eating on Sundays. So in my head, I was like, this is okay because, you know, I'm going to be able to look the same or whatever. That's literally, man, you can't have a worse mindset than that. So I would literally have that physique for maybe 12, 16, 18 hours, and then I would blow it. But the funny thing is about that is I was literally like posting that picture on social media being like, you know, like, look at me, look at the conditioning I have achieved. But then I would never look like that because I was constantly either binging on Friday and Saturday or trying to make up for it all throughout the week while being super bloated, only to obtain it by Thursday to ruin it by Friday. So vicious cycle. And if you guys have struggled with binge eating, if you guys know what that vicious cycle is like, comment down below and let me know how you are trying to get over it or how you got over it. That would be awesome. So let's, you know, always start a good conversation down there. So basically how I reverse that is I stopped dieting. I got out of that physique basically, because that's what was causing me to want to binge and to feel like my only worth was that physique. Terrible mindset. Unsustainable. Like I always say, you can't do it if something is unsustainable and you do it for long enough, it's gonna come back and bite you. You're not gonna be able to sustain it no matter how much you put it off. You say, you know, this isn't a problem, or, you know, I'll get through this, I'll be able to do this for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's not gonna happen. If it's not sustainable, it's gonna come to light within a certain amount of time. So don't kid yourself. You can't lie to yourself. So again, like I said, the way I reversed that trend is I basically stopped dieting. I added more calories throughout the week. I wasn't really tracking, but I had a good understanding. I mean, I was probably having 2,900 calories by then, which is pretty close to what I'm having now. So I was pretty satisfied throughout the week. And I would still work on not binging because I think on Saturdays at that time I had a little time period where I was still like eating like crap on Saturdays, but it wasn't as bad because I wasn't as hungry, but it was still there. So months and months go by, I'm constantly working on it, and then I start to do intuitive eating. So what that is I use my knowledge of calories, macros, portion control, and combine that with my signals for hunger. So basically I eat when I want, I eat what I want reasonably. If I have a craving, I satisfy it again reasonably. And then fast forward to today, I'm in like the best state, best relationship with food I've ever been. Like I said, I eat when I want. If I'm more hungry a certain day, I'll eat more. If I'm less hungry, I'll eat less. If we go out to eat, I'm able to do so. I can have a cookie or two without feeling like I need to have 10, which is another huge thing. So a lot of people with binge eating, they'll have, you know, 3 pieces of pizza and dessert, and then they'll say, you know, I already messed up on my diet, so what else, what does the rest of the day matter? So then it'll lead to them constantly overeating throughout the day, which if you have that slip up, you can recover from that. Okay? It's not an all or nothing thing. You can have a treat meal or a cheat meal and still recover from that. The binging comes from you're just not caring, you're not sensible, you're not aware or conscious of your food decisions. So that's a terrible road to go down to. So again, like fast forward to today, good relationship with food, but it took me a while to get there. I had to eliminate certain trigger foods, mostly because I'm not doing dairy anymore to help out with my acne. So that actually helped a lot because pizza was a huge one for me. Obviously, dairy, pizza. I couldn't be more happy with the place I'm at today, but I want you guys to know if you're struggling with it, it is totally normal. It is okay. And the place I'm at today, it took me so long to get to where I'm not constantly thinking about food. I feel like I'm like at a normal place where my days aren't food focused, you know what I mean? Like I mentioned, I eat when I'm hungry. When I'm not, I don't. I can go out to eat. I can have a couple cookies and not feel, again, like I have to have the whole bag or the whole box or something like that. So I'm in a really good place right now, but it took me a long time. So that's my experience with binge eating. That's how I stopped. So basically just started doing intuitive eating, step back from my diet, so put on a little bit more weight. And then, so another thing with that is I didn't like balloon back up to 20 pounds. You know, I'm like 5-6 pounds heavier than I was then, but I have a much more sustainable outlook on it, okay? So that's huge. Find something you can sustain. That's what I always say. Diet, exercise, lifestyle, everything. Because if it's not, it's going to come back and bite you, and best believe that, because I've been through that and I can vouch for you. So really try to evaluate your choices, not even like with nutrition and fitness and stuff like that, but just life in general. Constantly be making decisions that you feel are going to allow you to reach your goals and to keep growing as an individual, and in whatever forms of disciplines you're in throughout life. That's so important, because you guys know I'm all about the mental aspect of weight loss and fitness. So really focus on yourself, figure out why you're binging, try to nip that in the bud. If you're still struggling, please seek medical advice, because I want you to get that under control. Maybe try the things out that I mentioned, but like I said, if not, please try to talk to someone. So that's my experience with it. Let me know your experience down below. Is it getting better? Are you still struggling with it? Again, like I always say, I just want to thank you guys so much for your support. Like it literally means so much to me. Seeing positive comments, you guys supporting Kyle, you guys supporting me as I'm trying to grow this YouTube. And I'm not trying to grow it just because I want to reach more people and help more people, and help more people that are basically in my position 4, 5, 6 years ago. You know what I mean? I want to be that reliable source that 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, or even someone older, can go to and trust and relate with, and imagine as like personable. I'm a normal guy, I'm a normal person just like the rest of you guys, and I just want to help you guys. So thank you so much. It's so appreciated. And make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, the process is always greater than the prize.